Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Sid, aka Vicious274, coming at you today with an interview, something a little different. FingerboardTV contacted me and asked me if I wanted to do an interview for them or with them, and I said sure, no problem. But they wanted to try a little bit of a different format, because usually what they do is they would just post the questions and answers in text form on their website. But Sebastian, one of the owners of FingerboardTV, asked me if I would do mine in a video. They wanted to try something different. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I've got the questions written down here that they messaged me. And I'm going to read the question and then answer it. And hope you guys enjoy. So here we go with the first question. First question is, how long have you been fingerboarding and why did you start? Well, I've been fingerboarding for about close to 2 years. I know I started in May of 2009. And the reason why I know that is because, and this also explains the reason why I started, was in that particular summer when we opened up the cottage, my nephew Nicholas brought up his tech decks and his tech deck ramps. And I had never seen them before, and I saw him messing around with them with my other nieces and nephews. And so I walked up and, just asked him, what's this all about? And he goes, well, it's just they're fingerboards. You use them on the ramp, you do tricks and so on. So I sat down with him and I started messing around with the tech decks, and he had this spine ramp. And I was pretty much just launching off of one side and then landing. I wasn't landing everything, obviously, because it was the first time I'd ever used a fingerboard. I was pretty much just fluking off the landings. But even though I was just fluking off the landings, I thought it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. So after that initial weekend was over, I went online and saw what tech decks were all about. And I started doing a search on YouTube, and that's when I found out that that people were actually using wooden fingerboards and had some amazing skills at doing the tricks that they were doing. And when I saw that, I was hooked. I had to get a fingerboard. And then from there, it kind of just snowballed until where I am today. So that's when I started, May of 2009, so almost 2 years. And the reason why I started is all because of my nephew Nicholas, and he brought up those tech decks, and it intrigued me. I started messing around with them, and then going online and seeing all the skills that people had, and wanting to do that myself. And it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I do it. Okay, the second question is, tell me about the Canadian fingerboard scene. Well, for those of you who don't know, I am Canadian. And the Canadian fingerboard scene, when I first started fingerboarding in 2009, I didn't really know that there was a Canadian fingerboard scene. Up until the last year or so, I've been getting a lot of messages and meeting a lot of people as well online through YouTube or Facebook. And they're all Canadian. They live out in the West End, some live in the East End, some live in the Central, even in my neighborhood. And the Canadian fingerboard scene is growing every day, because every time I get a lot of subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I would say at least half of them every week are Canadians. And I get a lot of messages from them asking to meet up, and I try to do my best. I'm extremely busy, but I will try to get to some meetups, like some private meetups, or maybe even some in the future. But the Canadian fingerboard scene is there. It is growing, and there's a lot of skilled Canadian fingerboarders, and you can check them out on my YouTube channel, because I have a lot of subscribers that are Canadian. So you can flick through my subscribers list and see which ones are the Canadians, and go check out their skills. They are really, really good. The next question is, what do you do to help and support the Canadian scene? Well, I think what I do to help support the scene is try to just keep a positive attitude about fingerboarding, and not hate on fingerboarders, because fingerboarders get enough haters as it is, and we have to kind of stick together and not hate on each other. That's one way that I think will help support the scene in general, not just the Canadian fingerboard scene. But the Canadian scene, actually, this summer, helping a friend of mine that I met through YouTube. His name is Curtis Stewart, fellow Canadian, great fingerboarder. I'm helping him organize a Canadian meetup / event. He did one a few years ago, and it was very successful, had a great turnout. So we're going to try to do it, hopefully make it an annual event, and I'm helping him, get sponsors and just putting the word out there. I'm going to have an announcement video on all the details about the event, on the dates, where it's located, and so on. And just because it's a Canadian event does not mean that nobody else can show up. Anybody can show up. If you're willing to make the trip, you can come. The next question is, how long have you been doing your YouTube channel for? Well, I've been viewing YouTube videos for years, but actually posting videos, I started on November 1st, 2009. I posted my very first fingerboarding video, and that was the idea that I wanted to do. Was, I'd seen a lot of people posting fingerboarding videos. I wanted to be a part of that community. I wasn't very good, but I didn't care. I just wanted to put it out there, see what people thought, and I'm really glad that I did. How did you come up with the idea for your YouTube channel? Well, again, it was just by viewing videos on YouTube. At first, it was just posting a few fingerboarding videos because I wanted to be a part of that community. Then I noticed that some people were doing shout-outs to their subscribers, and I thought that was a great idea. It's a perfect way to say thank you to somebody that has subscribed, and to also get their name out there as well. So I started doing that. In regards to the unboxings and reviews, well, those came a little later. The unboxings was when I released a trade video, and then I started doing trades, and I would do the unboxings just to show the people that I got their products. But then I got a lot of great feedback on how everybody was enjoying my unboxings. So I tried to put a little more, I try to make it very personal. I try to communicate with the audience through the camera as much as I can, try to stay positive. And that's why I think people really enjoy my unboxings. But the one thing that I do get a lot of great feedback from are my reviews. And the way that started was I would notice I've seen a lot of reviews when I first started fingerboarding online, and that's how I kind of found out about products that would probably interest me. And once I started getting more and more into fingerboarding and got familiar with more products, I thought that it would be a great way to spread my knowledge with another beginner that may be trying to start out. But I wanted to do it a little different. Noticed that with a lot of the reviews that I was watching, that they would give great reviews, but they wouldn't really give any type of feedback or constructive criticism if something needed improvement. So that's what I think I do a little different with my reviews, is if I'm reviewing a product and I find that there's something that I think can use some improvement, I actually give that feedback to the company. And hopefully, they don't get offended by it. The only reason why I'm saying it is because it may be an idea to make your product a little better. Not that the product wasn't good to start with, but nothing's ever 100%. Anything can always use improvement. I'm always improving every day. Nobody is perfect. But yeah, that's one thing that I think I do a little different from other reviewers, is that I give an honest, non-biased review with constructive feedback when it's necessary. What is the concept of your channel? The concept of my channel in the beginning was and still is to fingerboard and have fun. And that's one of the reasons why I came up with my catchphrase, keep fingerboarding 2 fingers peace, is because I've noticed that when I first started fingerboarding, I'd get a lot of haters, people saying, oh, don't you think you're too old to be playing with toys? Get a life, do that. And it wouldn't bring me down, but I wanted to be able to do something positive and try to keep fingerboarders motivated to do what they love to do and to not listen to haters. And that's why I came up with keep fingerboarding, which is with 2 fingers, and 2 fingers also represents the peace sign, and I say peace to the haters. There's no need to hate. It gets you nowhere. If you don't like what somebody's doing, then keep it to yourself. That's my philosophy. And who am I to judge? And who is anybody to judge anyone? If somebody's doing something because they love it, then so be it. That's what they love to do. They're not bothering you by doing it. If you don't like it, don't watch their video. That's the way that I see it. But yeah, I think that's the general concept of my channel, was to just keep a positive vibe about fingerboarding. I think fingerboarding is growing every year. I'm always excited to see what's going to be coming out new in fingerboarding. And I'm glad that I'm being a part of that community, and I'm trying to do my best to help the scene. And another concept that has kind of snowballed as the channel continued to grow was in my reviews, and trying to get as much information out there to the fingerboarding community about all the products that are available to them. Whether you have a high budget of products that you could buy or a low budget, there is something out there for everybody. And it's not only about the products. The number one thing about fingerboarding is having fun. But then, as your skills start to progress, you want to try to start using more professional products, which is basically what I did. I started off with low-end products, and as my skills improved, I wanted to start trying using higher-end products, and I want to give all that information out to the fingerboarding community and let them know what's available to them. So that's the concept. Another thing that I get a lot of great feedback for is the shout-outs. Everybody appreciates that, as well as I do. I appreciate it. And it's my way of saying thank you to my new subscribers and getting their name out there. The next question is, did you expect so much success when you started? Absolutely not. I started the channel for fun, and I still do it for fun. I don't really know if success is the proper word. Yes, I have grown in popularity-wise, I guess. I don't even know if that's the right word. But I think if you're just honest and yourself, that it shows in the way that you speak into the camera and talk about your views and ideas. Because every Monday I do my shout-out video. I also try to talk about something else before I do my shout-outs that is related to fingerboarding. And people can pick up on that if you're being legit, if you're being real. And I think that's what people really grasp when they watch my videos, is that I love the sport, and I'm doing it for the fun of it, and I think the whole community is great, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So that, to me, would be success in regards to fingerboarding. I think that is very, very successful in my own personal success. I'm very appreciative of that. The next question is, tell me about the shout-outs, and do you like them? In the beginning, the shout-outs were very short. They were maybe about 10 to 20 a week, if that. But now they have exceeded my expectations. I'm getting about between 150, 200, sometimes 250 subscribers a week. And I do like them very much. I have no problems doing my shout-outs. I do that for you guys, to say thank you for subscribing to my channel and to get your name out there, so hopefully people will go check out your channel as well. I have no regrets starting it, and I have no plans on stopping it either. It may come to a point where I might have to do 2 shout-out videos as opposed to just 1, but for now I'm going to try to keep it to 1. And I do appreciate all of my subscribers, every single one of them. Thank you so much. And the last question is, what are your future plans? My future plans are to just keep doing what I'm doing, try to make it out to as many events as I can. I want to go to another rendezvous. I wouldn't mind checking out a Fast Fingers, the ISPO, the Canadian event. Hopefully that we'll be able to make that an annual event. But one plan that I've had for a while, actually, is I would like to open up the first Canadian fingerboard store. That would be my dream. I would love to do that. Whether it's going to happen or not, we'll have to wait and see. You never know what the future brings. But I guess those would be my future plans, just to keep doing what I'm doing, stay positive about fingerboarding. Keep doing reviews, keep doing shoutouts, keep doing unboxings. I'll keep posting fingerboarding videos, of course. And we'll see where that fingerboard store, first Canadian fingerboard store goes. So yeah, that's the last question, and that's my interview for Fingerboard TV. I want to take this time right now to say thank you very much to Martin and Sebastian at Fingerboard TV, and giving me this opportunity to use this different style format for the interview. And I also want to just sidetrack back to that last question where it says how you can help the fingerboard scene. I think the best way to help the fingerboard scene, that everybody can do in general, is just one thing, and that's to keep fingerboarding. 2 fingers, peace.